Alrighty, Tyler Talks. Welcome back. I have been on my favorite word, hiatus. I'm working hard on the current next set and the set after the next set, and another fun thing that we're doing, which I haven't really been working hard on that. That's all Gabe and others. But so I haven't been doing as much videos on my channel. I've been very busy with work, and then sure enough, now we just come in and I don't even show you a deck. I show you something else that I've had nothing to do with, which is really nice because then we can just have it on my channel and I could take all the glory. But instead of Tyler Talks, we're going to have other people talk today. So we have two special guests on. We got Chris and Chad on, and Chris has been working on something for a very long time, and we wanted to have an outlet to show you all. So I will shut up, and Chris, if you want to kind of go ahead and go over what are we looking at right here?
So what we are, well, first off, let's just back up a second and say thanks for doing this for us. Let me tell you what we're doing first, I guess. It's been a labor of love of mine for a long time. I've had this list that I developed a long time ago based off of the list that was, I think, on the Cactus website. And then I've been updating it myself. And I've just been holding on to it. And there's been a lot of clamoring about releasing a spreadsheet and like an all-inclusive thing, basically. And that's what this is. And it's even more all-inclusive than maybe even you're thinking about. And then in addition to that, the goal has always been to release this through Land of Redemption. And so I've been talking with the new person who runs Land of Redemption, in case you missed that announcement, which is Chad. And so he came, him and I have been discussing it and talking, and we wanted to, he had some questions about this list and how to make it do what I have developed it to do. And so the two of us wanted to make a video, show you guys how to do it, but neither of us had an outlet to do it. So that's where Tyler comes in. So basically this is kind of a tutorial video of the kind of what I hope to be the all-inclusive redemption card list. Chad has talked about how the Land of Redemption has different Excel sheets for each individual set. This has all of them together. And then it even has an additional list for people who want to dive further than just the card list themselves, is basically what this is. So Chad's going to put this on Land of Redemption, and I just again wanted to show you how to do this. And let's start with what you need to do when you get the link to this. Chad's going to put the link to this spreadsheet. It's a Google sheet on Land of Redemption, and you open it up and you have the page that Tyler's looking at. And if you want to just look at it, then so be it. If you want to keep this, then I have the notes kind of as to what you need to do. And so we're going to have Tyler keep a copy of this. So what you, just to start out, to get your own fresh spreadsheet for yourself, go up to File for Me, and then you make a copy. And then that is, leave that open. I'll have something for you in a minute for that one. And so if you go to your copy of Redemption Card List, that's now yours. So rename it whatever you want. Mr. Hiatus's copy, whatever. My copy, it doesn't matter. And now you can go through, you can delete anything you don't want. If you want to get rid of this note page, you can even go down and delete all of it. It doesn't matter because it's yours now. It's not mine. But basically, yes, correct. So basically, again, it's just the set card list. So jump over there to the set card list just to show people what it is. So it's your basic spreadsheet of what you've got. You've got your card name, your sets, your types, your brigades, strength, toughness, class, identifier, special ability, rarity. And then I split the book, the chapter, and the verse, so it's easier to kind of look at the alignment, whether it's rotation legal or not. And then it even has a thing there at the end for you to keep your inventory if you want to do that. So it's, like I said, you can do as much with it as you want, or you can do as little with it as you want. So, yeah.
See, I can
Yeah.
say how much I have. I can say if I have extra. Like Chris will have, he's crazy and he has a ton of amounts. Like he keeps on hand. If you're a type 2 player, I like to keep 4 single
Hmm.
brigades. I like to keep 2 dual brigades with an extra. So if I have 2 dual brigade cards and I have 3, I'll put 2 have 1 extra or something like that. Or you can just
Yeah.
have your inventory total, and this is awesome. You can just keep this as one. You can just say have like INV inventory and then just put in your numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, the nice thing is now that you have a copy of it, you literally do what you want. Another thing that this kind of follows up through is I've been working with the guys, Jaden and Renee in particular, who have been doing kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff for Lackey. And the reason that it is set up the way that it is set up is because now it's set up in the order that Lackey file is too. So what I can do is when we kind of roll out a new set, all I have to do is put the information into this form and send it over to them, which will make, and then once they get the card images, they just add the card image file, and it makes Lackey updates actually a lot faster, and it makes them a lot more consistent too, because everything is going to be, well, I've been, hopefully, again, I'm prone to errors. So if you see something, let me know. But ultimately, it should all be set up the exact same way. All the special abilities should be basically written the same way, including those dual alignment cards that you were mentioning and things like that. The class, as far as weapon territory, star, all of that should be in the same order. The identifiers are a little bit different. That's kind of one of those things that I put in the notes. I removed any identifiers that just don't matter, just to kind of clean things up. A good example that comes to the top of my head is the old school Disciples card sewer had evangelist as an identifier. It's not something we use, so it's gone. Another thing I did do is especially because I wanted to use this as a Lackey file, is the important stuff like unity or x equals or something holds, I put at the very front of the identifier, even though it typically goes at the back. I put it at the front just to, if you have a limited space on how much chance you got to see to look at it, that you saw the important information more than just like the generic or something like that. And then a few other things I didn't include. You can see them there. It's number 2 and number 4 is the book column, because I have a book column, and then things like Gideon and Herod. So if you want to find out who a Herod is, literally just hit Control F. Yeah, there's your book, and you can sort it by book. And if you want to, Tyler, go over and highlight column A, which is name, and Control F, Herod. Just type in Herod. Actually, it's not even going to just select that one, but that tells you where all the Herods are. Actually, I did put Herod in the identifier list apparently for a few of them. So, I mean, you could find that. You can even sort that, and it'll say Herod in the title. I mean, and that's the nice thing about this, especially if you're using it for your collection. You can sort it. It's alphabetically by set. Actually, and then numerical by the sets that have those. So if you want to, I have a number column that I added before column A, and I have my cards in an order that I like them. So if you have an order you like them, you can create your own way to order them. That's the nice thing. So, Chad, what were some of the questions you had for me? That way I can show them.
So a bit of background. When Chris first sent this to me, kind of just to get my thoughts on it, I thought, number one, it looked amazing, because Land of Redemption actually does have something similar to this right now, where all the cards and all the sets are listed. But in terms of navigating through them, this is far more powerful. And I didn't actually realize that right away. And so what happened is I finally this last month was able to invest in Gospel of Christ cards, and so I was going through and trying to see what I had and what I was missing, and so I was using this resource, and there were a couple things that I in the past always had to use the old list and then Lackey to search for. And so one of the things that I like to do is I like to make sure that I have each I do like my organize the collection by rarity. And so I want to see what rares I have, what rares I'm missing. So one thing I asked Chris is there a way for me to organize it so I can see the cards organized by rarity per set? And so would you be able to show us how to do that, Chris?
Yeah, so Tyler, what you do is column K is rarity,
Mhm.
and then hit that down triangle that you've been messing with, and then sort it A to Z or Z to A. And then go back to your set, column C, and do the same thing. It doesn't matter which way you go. That's just kind of a personal preference. There's a way to filter it. I've never played with the filters, so if you know how to do the filters and all that, that's great. But you can just do Control F again and just type in Gospel of Christ.
That's what I was trying to. I got to find out where to Control F Gospel because it's going to every. It's going.
Yeah,
to
it's going to
everything.
identifiers, and that's going to pull up anything. So do Gospel of Christ in the search bar, and it'll pull up. There you go.
There you
There's
go.
your harvest time.
282.
Yeah. And so that's your now your set is in order of rarity. So that's even in numerical order by rarity. So you've got your harvest time. Now, what'd you do that for?
No clue. Because I wanted to bring the rares up first.
There you go. And now, well, then go back to your C and resort it by gospel. Because now you're sorted. Well, you only see your rares now. See, and that's the thing. And like I said, it's not. There's a way to filter it, where you are able just to see the gospel of Christ. But I'm not going to go in there and put those filters on there, because I'm not fully confident with those yet, and I don't want to mess somebody up. But this is again this is kind of the rough draft, because a little bit of a spoilers, this isn't done yet, as well, and we'll talk about why it's not done yet. So yeah, you've got your ultra rare pluses at the top, your ultra rare if you sort them that way, and then it's yet again you've got all your rares sorted numerically.
And yeah, this is such a good tool because for those who maybe like me have tried to do this before, literally the only way to do this was with Lackey. You search by rarity and you go through. This is really nice though, having to have it within the place where you're organizing your collection, and you can also list in the column over how many you're missing. So really nice. So the other thing is, Chris, with this sheet, when you just have it at default, are the sets organized by card number?
Yeah, by default, you have it organized by card number, and then the ones that are not the sets that do not have it by card number, which are obviously a lot of the old ones, they are organized alphabetically. That just because that's what most people have told me they prefer. But again, that's the nice thing about this. Once you make a copy of it, you can organize it however you want. You can organize it. So if say you wanted to do it by obviously the unlimited view that Tyler's looking at right there is not going to look good because of the starter deck mix. Basically what this version has all of those cards, even though there might be slight variants with in the same thing. So like he's over the Sword of the Spirit, and I put OR original because it's in the capital A stands for I need to add that. I can do that. Hey, see, here's the fun thing about this. Since you're on that, I can literally do this. Let me go back over here. Nope. Hold on. And tell you what each individual thing is. And then I can move it over here. And so now, do you see that on yours there, Tyler? Yep. If you go down to the third tab, and I just added sets. See, and that's the fun thing. So capital A is the unlimited starter decks, lowercase a is the limited starter decks. So the Sword of the Spirit is a rainbow enhancement that has no special ability, that's technically released in 4 different variants, but they do all the same thing. So that I didn't separate those for the set card list or anything like that. That's actually what the collector's list is for. It's not fully vetted yet. It's not fully expanded, but I'm going to be doing something here in the near future, hopefully, that tells me whether there's any variation between the cards at all. And that's what the collector's list is for. Tyler, if you just want to click on it real quick, that one's going to go super fast. It's the exact same setup. It just has a column at the end basically explaining why it's different or why it's unique. And then the things on this are like the alternate border cards, the national only release promos, like the first, second, third place promos, the brand new starter decks that we released at nationals. That's going to be a first print promo. I also have the retired cards, or the banned cards that have also had a trade-in program, like Endless Treasure or Mourn and Weep and things like that, because the person who's just trying to collect a full set of cards doesn't want all that stuff. This is kind of for the collectors. That's why it's, again, the collectors tab. So so that's going to be expanded based on all of that information at some point. But
So if I understand right, then say that I'm a player and all that I collect is the regular sets. I don't care about variants or alternate border. If I use that sets card list, that's going to help me. Say I wanted to collect one of every regular card in all the sets. Following that and doing the check marks and putting what I have, that will allow me to do that. Yeah. If I follow you correct. But if I'm, the savvy collector and I'm wanting to have one of every version of every card, then I come over to the collector's list and use that as a resource to get there.
Yeah, and as of right now, it's only got the most popular things on it. It's got, again, you're looking at the alternate border Cloud of Witness, so you have your alternate border Cloud of Witness list on this, and the regular border on the set card list. So those are separated, and this only has kind of the most popular things right now. It's got the Cloud of Witness, Revelation of John, and then the Israel's Deliverance KL starter decks. First, our alternate border. It's got the early church first print. It's got the national promos, like the first, second, third winner, top cut promos, things like that, and then the band cards. And then those right now, the old school women's cards that had no stats. So it's very, very simple right now. Like I said, it's going to expand exponentially in the near future. When I say near future, in the future, as I have time to find out all of the variants for those people who want that. And again, if that doesn't interest you, then the set is basically ready for you now, with like really no exceptions. Actually, this new set card list has every card as of the release date of what we're recording this, October 13th. So I even included the new Son of God card that we released that has the empty tomb image on it. That's actually not even released quite yet. I don't think Rob has released it yet. So, but it's on there. So everything you need if you're just trying to collect cards from packs is here.
Excellent. And another question with the regular sets card list, looking at that, so if I understand right, I can organize not only by rarity, but let's say I wanted to organize by card type. I could get all dominants to organize together, lostals to organize together, Am I understanding right if we use that same little tool that we saw with rarity?
Yeah, you're over there, Tyler, for us. The set
which
card
one?
list. Sets
Set
card
cards.
list. Yeah. Yeah. So you can go to the D and sort it by the exact same way.
And see, that's amazing because I don't think there's been a single list where you could, for organizing your collection, where you can search through and organize things to this capacity. The all cards set list that's on Land of Redemption right now, I possibly you could do that, but it's each set would be individual. You wouldn't have them all together like this. This is pretty cool. So I'm excited about the whole capacity of what this spreadsheet's able to do. And what's your plan for updating this, Chris? How often will be updated and kept up to date with cards as they come out?
It'll be updated basically as soon as I have time to do it. And this will be pretty simple too. So Tyler, if you jump back over to your redemption card list up top, you're not going to see my updates. Okay, this is your copy again. This is Tyler's copy. As you saw, I added the abbreviations or whatever for the set titles, and that's ultimately that's how I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it to the master file. And so that's what I can do that actually right now. I can give you a perfect example of how I'm going to do that. I can copy. So as we release new sets, so as I think everybody knows by now that the next set that Tyler and I are working on is Israel's Rebellion. And so when we release Israel's Rebellion, what I'm able to do is I am able to add that information via a new tab. So I can go back to Tyler. If you go, you can actually see me do this in real life. If you go back to the redemption card list, the original one there, hit that dismiss. You see, I just added a sheet 29 there. I'm probably just going to go ahead and leave this on here because I can, just to have it for all of you guys. I am going to rename it real quick to new cards added, or maybe some versions or something. And then if I wanted to add some new cards, I would literally just bring my card information over. And you then at that point should hopefully see it. Do you see it on there? Let's see.
New cards added.
New cards added. There you go. And then so that's some stuff that Gabe's been having fun with the community. If you want quote unquote potential spoilers, don't look. But again, if you look at the last thing there, not a real card, right? So what you would do is, Tyler, if you want, go down to the Heyman's plot there, select the column minus that last one differences or whatever. Actually, just do that and select the next one. Go ahead and select both of the rows and then just cut it out.
I won't be able to cut on your dock.
Oh, okay. Copy. My bad. Copy it.
Well, I'm on view only, so I would have to so I'd have to file make
Oh,
copy.
you can't copy it. Okay.
Unless
I have to.
I mean, I could request, but we don't need to be doing that.
You can't right click and copy. Well,
Well,
okay, that messes that up.
I can just make a copy and once you're done, and then I can bring it in.
That's not what I want to do. So that's why, there you go. We'll make that work. I will change that so that you really all you should have to do is copy it over. And obviously that didn't work. That's just interesting, but I will change your access here real quick so that you can do that for us. Let's see if that does what I need it to do. There you go, guys. You can tell this is live. Yeah. because you might be able to do it with this. Let's see if you can. Go reopen the link there for me, Tyler, and see.
Oh,
I said-
Discord.
Uh,
Boom, boom, boom.
You can copy it now. It says comment
On
only, but
comment only, so I'm good.
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. So you
Okay,
can't
let's
copy it
see.
at all.
Yeah, I can copy.
There you go. Perfect. And then now go to Tyler's redemption list. Go to the end of your. Nope, don't even need to do that. Go to
What do you-
your collectors. Now go to the very bottom of it and paste it right there. Boom.
Ta-da.
So that's okay. So I can do it that way. So I'll give everybody commenter list, and that way, if people see errors or something too, you can comment on it, and I can go back and address it.
Yeah, I just tried deleting. I just
yeah.
tried. Yep, good to go.
So
I can't do anything to this.
Yep, but you can copy it and move it over, and that's how I'll release it. So when we actually drop the new version of Israel's Deliverance, which is the new starter decks, I will actually put this where we add it to sets card list here, and then we will list out what the new cards do, or the modified cards, and it won't have that because you're not going to add it. And then you can just copy and paste the cards over to the set card list, and then you just sort it the way you want it to. If you, again, you can sort it like Chad mentioned, you can sort it by brigade or type or whatever, just however you want to, even by set potentially.
So if I follow correct, then basically, because I have a copy of your master list, when you update the master list, my copy doesn't. So I have to go to your master list, and you'll have a section with new cards. I copy those manually and put them to my list, and then it will integrate with all the other cards just straight from there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And the reason why you don't want it to modify, you don't want me to be able to add, and again, if you make a copy of something, I can't really adjust yours anyways. The last thing we want to do is give you a file that you have to re-download and redo every time a new set comes out or a new promo comes out. You know, we're in the mode where we're doing seasonal promos. So a seasonal promo drops every 3 months, and you don't want to have to create a new file and move everything over every 3 months. So this will make it where all you have to do is copy and paste. You will have to come back, check back with the file as new cards are added, basically. But that's literally the extent of it. You just select copy and paste, but everything is going to be in the exact same order. So the only issue is going to be if you do go through and you change your order, that will modify how it looks when you add new cards. So that will be something you have to keep in mind, that I'm going to always keep this document in this order, again, because it also doubles as a lackey file. So it will stay this way from me. So whether you want to change it or not to modify it, just remember that you have to modify your new cards every time I release those. But
Got it.
It's basically like adding what you had already, the set card list, individual set card list, but you're going to literally just be able to pick it up and move it over.
Got it. Good deal. Thank you, Chris. This sounds great.
That's pretty much it. I mean, unless you guys have other questions, I'm sure the community will come up with some questions for us eventually. And I'm totally free and available to answer those. And we might, I'll work with Chad, and we'll probably work out where if I get questions, especially like a frequently asked questions or something like that, we'll try to have those added to the Land of Redemption article that he's going to drop with this video and with the link to this document for everybody.
Yeah, I have no questions because it's so organized. Is it values only that I'm trying to see?
Well, no,
Jaden's probably
you're
yelling.
just. Oh, you trying to sort or what?
Well, I'm trying to see what the values are. Like, we know all the types of the cards. So how do I should be able to filter
So
based
go
on
to, again,
dominant.
I don't mess with this a lot, but I can show you how to do it if you want to play with it. So go to data up top and then create a filter. And then go to your card type. Hit the little filter button in the right, that one right there.
There it
And then
is.
you should be able to do it based on that.
Yeah,
And it
that's what I'm looking
should,
for.
and that's kind of what Chad was talking about earlier. You should be able to do that where you eliminate everything but maybe Gospel of Christ or something like that.
Yeah, you can do that. That's what I was looking for. How do you quickly filter out? Like if
Yeah.
I just want to see, I can just type in Fortress. Okay. And it'll bring up everything that I didn't filter so I can take out. Yeah, I can just start clicking through.
Yeah, there you go. So that's how you use the filter in real life there.
That's the simple way to use a filter. Jaden's
Mhm.
probably yelling at us when he watches this, like, you guys are illiterate in Google Docs and Excel,
Well,
but
yeah, and so that's there you go. So now you can do it too, where you can go back and do your you can do your identifiers that way. You can pull up all the star cards that way. You can pull up everything that has a brigade. And it's yeah, it's good. I mean, I like it. And it's not going to be perfect for everybody, but it's at a place where if you have a personal tweak you want to put on it, it shouldn't be very difficult for you to do.
yeah, this is good. Like I said, I don't have many questions because everything's here. Like,
Yeah. If you want to be John Early, you can go over to, I've even got the artist in there. You can go look up all your Doug Gray art and know exactly which, down one more. You can't.
Yeah, and whoops. And then I can type in Mr. Dougie.
So actually, wait, do clear.
I'd have to clear.
And then hit Doug down there.
But that will bring over everything still. I have to clear. I want to clear all.
Well, hit the clear right there. There you go.
There you go.
And now type in Doug Gray. See, there you go.
Boom.
We figured it out together. There you go. There's all the Doug Gray art.
You can be as illiterate as we are with the computer and still get it. That's how good of a product this is.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, it's the same logic applied to everything. So we can just go to set, clear, everything's gone. Boom. Here's all your apostles from Doug Gray. That is what Chad was trying to say earlier.
Yes.
How do you quickly do this? So we can do gospel, bring gospel in, hit OK. Look at our Doug Gray stuff. We can clear, select all, go back to set. Let's clear that out and go to Gospel of Christ, hit OK. And now we just have Gospel of Christ in rarity.
By rarity. Yep.
And then we can change the rarity as well using
either the filter or you can sort them based on those. Yep.
So we can clear rare, boom.
This is why this tool is superior to everything else, because you can do that. And so even on Land of Redemption, we have individual, set lists. I'm going to get rid of the Excel versions of those. There's no reason to have them, because if you want to just view Gospel of Christ, you want to just view Lineage of Christ without all the clutter, you can do that on this. The one thing we might still have is PDFs with a PDF list of the cards, but really there's no point in having those individual Excel lists anymore with this tool.
Yeah, this is awesome. Well done, Chris.
Definitely. Thank you, Chris, for all the hard work. This is a blessing to the community.
Yeah, and if you see something that needs to be added or modified, let me know. I will certainly look into it. Like I said, everybody's going to have their own opinion as to what this needs to look like, but it works really well for what we need it to right now. Like I said, including Lackey and a card set file. So it serves multi-purposes right now that but if we can make it better, we certainly can. So
What else we got? I mean, this tool does everything, and now we know how to quickly filter. So data, show the filters, filter however you want, boom, done. And then the lackey updates, boom, done.
mhm.
Like this is awesome. Nothing there. Oh yeah, that's your point. Set tree / book. Interesting.
Tree/bush. Hey man,
Interesting.
it's the stuff. That's for Mike Lasky, man. He thinks that Haman's plot and that covenant with death is real, so I had to
Interesting.
throw him a bone. So if you don't know what we're talking about with that, you need to get on our Discord and check out the conversations happening there. So
We will see. Who knows?
you never know if, again, like the card said, these can't be real, right? Not a real card. Or is it? We don't know. We don't know what we're doing. We just make stuff up as we go.
That's fine. Well, that was nice. I didn't have to talk.
There you go.
Got a video out. Showed the community something exciting. A very powerful tool. And you don't have to keep. I mean, I remember. Well, shoot, you did it, but I remember other people with the printed out the spreadsheets and everything. Like they'd print out everything, and they would just they would print out the set lists, and then they would do a checkbox.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and that's what Chad was saying. That works for a lot of people. So we're still going to, and I'm going to work with Chad on that for us to come up with a good file to make that look good and have a checklist for everybody. But if you don't like printing out pages and carrying a bunch of stuff around, this is a good way to do it electronically. And the cool thing too is now that, again, I knew there was a way to do it. I just haven't played with it. And now that you have a filter, you can filter your haves, you can filter your needs. That's the nice thing about this. You can, okay, what if you write down every card, type up every card you've gotten, the number you have, then you can easily just filter it by your zeros, and then you find out exactly what cards you need very simply, very quick.
yeah. You just filter by set, filter here.
Yep.
Do whatever you want. All you need, there's a Google Docs. All you need is a Gmail, right?
I don't even think you need that, honestly, because Chad is going to put the link in the Land of Redemption article, and you should just be able to click the link and have access to it. The only reason there might be some no, Chad's a Mac user. I was about to say there might be something weird that Apple products don't like Google products, but Chad has a Mac, and you've not had any issues with it, have you, Chad?
None, no issues.
So it's a free online Excel file.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have Microsoft Office.
Yep.
But you get all the same function.
Google doing Google things. Yeah, I love it.
That's all I got.
Chad, anything else?
That's all. Thank you for answering the questions, and thanks for hosting this, Tyler.
Happy
Absolutely.
to. Happy to have you guys on. I always enjoy talking to y'all. So we will conclude Tyler Talks. A very nice episode, very relaxing for me. And then I'll put this out there, and I will wait, Chad, on the article. And then when the article comes out, or I'll just upload it and do a private upload and send you the link, and it'll all come out together. So,
yeah, what you can do is I'll I'll have the article go live tomorrow because today's Jaden's day. And so I try not to double up too much. So tomorrow I'll have it set to go live. And then if you want to just have this video go live at I don't know, noon Eastern time, and then I'll just copy that link and have the Land of Redemption thing go live at 12:05.
Cool. I didn't even hit stop record, and everyone heard our brainstorming and Jaden's day. I love it. Which I've said before. I try not to drop on Thursday. Jaden, that's Jaden's day, and we try to observe it. So
yes.
Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end recording. Thank you all for listening to Tyler Talks. And today was Chad and Chris Talks.